Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to another video. My name's Dion, and today I'm going to go through my trades which I took in September, and I reckon some of the trades which I have taken this month in October so far. So as you can see here on the screen, I did have a positive return on investment in September. I was trading cryptocurrency and forex pairs. Now, excuse my croaky voice and if I'm like coughing a bit because I'm a bit sick right now. So yeah, but let's get straight to it. The first trade we got is BTC USD, which I went long. You can see that I went into pretty good profits. It looks like roughly 2.5%, 3%. Price wicked right back down. Now, this was during, I think it was the China news about them banning crypto or banning the trading of crypto, something like that. But yeah, it pushed price right back down. So even though I do have like my profit and loss thing set up on the chart, I was just spot trading this. I had no stop loss or take profit placed. That's just how I do things with crypto at the moment. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't do it. That's just how I do it. So we came down into this area. I was asleep now at that time, so I didn't take my position out. We pushed right back through. You could see like this huge wick. It just grabbed lots of liquidity and pushed right up. But I was trying to follow my rules as best as possible. So since at the time of waking up, I did see that I had touched my stop loss. I decided to cut my trade right then and there for pretty much a break-even trade. Next, we have Ethereum, which I did take a 6% loss on, apparently, but I think I did the same thing here. Yeah, I don't know what happened here, but apparently it's a 6% loss. Same thing, like, it was going really, really well, and I was just holding until take profit because I am very bullish. And yeah, price spiked back down, and at the moment is in this range up here. My current target for Ethereum is $4,200 US. So we have two forex pairs here, which I didn't get the aftershot of, but they were both profitable. We have a 0.5% loss on Euro Gbp. If I was to break down what I was seeing at the moment, pretty much I just saw an uptrend, and I was waiting for price to reclaim these highs up here. It was hovering around, and I still entered long. I should have known that when price is hovering like this, it doesn't have enough strength to push up. So what does it need to do? It needs to go back down and find some buy orders to collect liquidity to push back up. So if anything, my entries should have been around this key level here, and this is just where I took my stops. I saw it pull back up, and I'm like, hey, I'm not going to hold it any longer. I see lower lows and lower highs off of this top here. So I just took it out there. My next trade was pretty much like a break even. It was minus $8, which I think on here was like what, 0.01%. I had two entries here. You can see 250, 250. I had only taken out one of these positions for the $8 loss. I can't remember which one, but on the next one it should make it a bit clear. So this was the second entry. Okay, so the entry at the bottom was the latest one was the one that I took out. I ended up holding this one to my target for $70. This is on FTT, the native token for FTX, which is the exchange which I use to trade and invest in cryptocurrency. So that was a nice little one there for 13%. Then I had a 8% on Serum. So just from, I must have entered here, like where this green line is, and taken it out at the current market price, which you can see on the screen. So yeah, nice little 8% move. Then we have another 5% trade on Aud Jpy. This was a really nice short. Pretty much what I saw was a double top. Okay, well, pretty much before I saw the double top, like this would have been a really nice confirmation for a second entry in my opinion. But what I saw was this resistance. Price spiked above the resistance and came right back down. What that told me was that there is a lot of liquidity in this area. Came up, shot right back down, hovered. We had some indecision. But pretty much upon seeing this lower high created from here, that's when I decided to be like, okay, I'm going to enter short. And it came really close to taking me out, to be honest. But then, yeah, you can see a very nice smooth series of lower lows and lower highs. Now, I took this position out at roughly 5%, but price did continue downwards, and I think overall, if I held it, would have been an 8 to 10% trade. Euro GBP, we got stopped out. Pretty much what I saw was price respecting this ascending trend line and this key level here. So when I saw higher highs and higher lows being created, we saw this push back down to this support, and then we saw price reclaim these previous highs. So then I started targeting the last high above here. We saw a higher low. We saw this double top form and price melted through. Now this is something I've been working quite a lot on. I do set my stop losses based on certain aspects, like, you know, the last low or the last high or whatever. In this case, I didn't want, like, for this trade idea to be invalidated, price would have had to have broken this key level and this trend line, which is why I put my stops just below both. But once I saw this double top and then a lower low being formed and even a lower high here, this would have been a really good opportunity for me just to cut my losses straight away and wait for price to come back down to these levels before re-entering, and I think that would have been a much smarter strategy. I've been working on my trade management this month, and you will see that when I hop over into October's trades, but yeah, this really helps. My next trade was Cad Jpy. I got stopped out by spread, and you can see price continued in my direction well further than what I had predicted, and this would have been a very, very nice trade had I just given myself some more space. But hey, I stuck to my rules on this one. I was just taken out by spread. There's nothing I can do about it. In my opinion, still a very good trade. Aud Chf. This one was a scary one because I entered and you see price come to my stop loss very closely a couple times, but because I had set it according to my rules, which in this case was above the resistance or sorry, this key area, we saw price come like well into profits, especially here. That's probably a 5% trade right there, but yeah, I saw price reverse. We reclaimed highs and we came low, came high. Yeah, I just took it out. I feel like this could have been managed better, but hey, that's why I'm going through my trades now, because at the end of every month, I go through them, look for what I did right, what I did wrong. I'm going to journal about it, just really soak in my performance. Pretty much this is my execution that I'm seeing right now, and what I'm doing is reviewing, and then what I'm going to do after that is optimize. So go through my trading plan, readjust things which I think need adjusting, and I'm then go into the next month with a whole new plan. Well, not a whole new plan, just an adjusted new one. So that's what I've been doing. So far so good, it's working well, and yeah, quick little tip. Next we have Ncdusd Chf. What was I going for here? What I can see is a double top being formed, a lower high, a double top from this lower high, and then a break of this ascending trend line. This looks like a very clean setup, besides the fact that we were just above a support and that we were in a box of consolidation. So my bad, this wasn't a good trade. I mean, technically it looks good if I describe it exactly as I did, but when you take into consideration that price was in consolidation, stuck in a range, it completely invalidates all of that. So very good tip. I mean, based on my trading plan, don't trade within range unless you're a range bound trader or whatever. Then do what you want. I don't care. Here we have SLRS. You can see a whopping 46% gain on this one. Now this one, on SLRS, this is Solrise Finance. I didn't put too much money in because it's not as fundamentally sound as some of the other assets which I am invested in, such as Ethereum, Solana, DOT, this and that. SLRS is just a platform, an asset management platform built on Solana, and it's a project I'm very into. I'm very interested in it, so I don't mind just chucking around spare money and just having fun with it. That's exactly what this was, and yeah, it was a very nice trade. So I saw price come back down to retest this key level here, and I pretty much just longed from there, and it did pretty well. So now we have Euro USD. I essentially just tried to buy off of this bounce of a support. Now seasonal prime was very bullish on this, so I just took it as it was and bought into it without any confirmation. I did not wait for any bullish setups or anything just to confirm my bias. I just entered straight based on what seasonal prime was saying and market structure, and that didn't do me right. Now, these horizontal lines were areas for me to keep into mind. If price crosses those probably would have been good areas to either take partial losses or have exited the trade, but unfortunately my trade management skills at the time were not up to scratch, and I just left it and I lost the full 1%. We had a break-even trade on Ncdusd. Yeah, so I must have just taken profits here. I don't know why it's here if it was 0. Okay, so that's probably just bad documenting on my part. Gbp Usd took a 1% loss, saw a price come back down into this support, saw a bounce off the support, tried to buy into it, and as you can see, it did go into profits a little bit, but we found this level right here. We formed a lower high, came down. It was a very simple break and retest of this support. Around this area, I was thinking of getting rid of my position because this is a very textbook break and retest. But I didn't, so I took the whole 1% trade loss again. This could have been managed much better. Euro USD, once again, we take a loss. I don't like this pair and I've stopped trading it. So don't worry, I'm not trading this pair anymore. Pretty much same concept, you know. Seasonal prime was very bullish. I saw a test into the support, tried to go long, and got wrecked. Cad Chf, 1% trade. This was a very... I wouldn't say the best entry because I entered here when I saw price reject off this resistance, come back up as if like it's like retesting it, hovered a bit. I thought price was just going to drop because I couldn't find strength or I needed to find some sort of liquidity, which it did to the upside here in the zone which I had marked, and we shot right down. We saw a pullback, and I feel like this was the point of control within this range, which is where the most volume is, pretty much in that price range and time range. But for some reason, I took this trade out. I think that was just managed badly. This might have just been some FOMO, or I was scared price was going to reverse. So that was a bad trade on my part. Yeah, that's all I have to say about this trade. Ncdusd, we were taken out 1% on this trade because of spread. But as you can see, like we did reverse. This was a very simple break and retest and continuation to the downside. I saw this trend line, and between like this trend line, the next level down was this key area, and when I saw this area get broken and retested, that was a very textbook move. I entered short, but I got stopped out by spread, unfortunately. So this would have been a nice trade, but yeah, can't do anything about that. Rune, we have a very nice 11% gain here. I pretty much waited for price to reclaim these highs because from previously it was in a bearish market structure, lower lows, lower highs. But then we came up here and we found this resistance, which I didn't draw on. And I thought that once we break through this resistance and reclaim those levels, we were going up. And that's exactly what happened. So I closed out at a nice 11% gain. Gbp Usd, break-even trade. Another Gbp Ncd trade for 1%. Oh yeah, this was the entry. I didn't screenshot the exit. Aud Usd minus 1%. So this one could have been managed much better. Once I saw this very strong bearish candle and the failure to form a higher high, that would have been a nice place to exit. Or even, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, lost 1% on Aud Usd. RIP. And then we have a 0.5% gain on Gbp Aud. Yeah, why would I take this one out? Okay, so wait, this doesn't make sense. I think I was just profit taking here because according to what I see on the charts, we were level with the point of control here. Okay, no, it's because price came up above the point of control and resumed what's the word? It reclaimed these highs, but the candlestick didn't close. I got a little bit too emotional, whatever, so I closed my trade without taking into consideration the candle had not closed yet. Had the candle closed below the point of control, that would have been a very valid reason to keep this trade open. and make our way to the downside. Gbp Chf, we got stopped out here. There's I think this is a very fair stop out. If anything, I could have taken partial profits at this double top here, but I haven't integrated that or anything, and I don't really have too much profit taking in my trading plan, but that is something which I will work on. Because apparently, I mean, as we can see, there are many trades which I enter, go into profits in the initial part of the trade, but then run back down into the loss. So if I was to be taking partial profits when prices were in these profit areas, and then just had cut my stops when my trade idea was sort of invalidated on the short term, I feel like that would not only save me a lot of losses, but also just bank up little profits and be actually much more profitable in the long run, to be honest. Gbp Ncd with a pretty much break-even 0.3% gain. Yeah, I took out here once I saw these lows here get broken. Now with this trade we have Usd Jpy. I entered, so pretty much we're in this area here. Sorry for the messy chart, but we have this key level and this range here. So I might have entered this on the retest. So I saw this strong push down, a bearish engulfing candle off of the key level. We came and saw like a retest, and that's when I entered. Price came back down into the previous point of control, found a strong support, strong liquidity there, pushed back up into drawdown, and I just decided to cap it there once I saw price, once I saw this very strong bullish candle, and if price was to go above there, then yeah, I just decided to cut it. So that was a nice managed trade there. And the last trade for the month was Aud Usd, which is pretty much a very break-even trade. I had like 0.5% risk on this one, I think, because of my tight stop loss. And then I just took it out at half there because I didn't want price to reclaim these highs. So, yeah. Anyways, that's it for last month's trades. Already just going through it with you guys, I have learned a lot about what I was doing last month. And I feel like that's the insight you don't really get unless you really review your trades. Like, I guess when the trades close, you can think about it and be like, yeah, I did this. You can take it a step further and journal about it, write it down, put it into words. But I feel like when I really go through it and explain it to you guys and look at the before and after, it makes a whole lot more sense to me, and I gain so much more insights, and I know how to optimize it for the next month. Now, I didn't really optimize anything before jumping into this month's trading, but as you can see, we're currently up 1%, and this is strictly on Forex pairs. So I'll quickly go into a few of these. As you can see, I don't really have the screenshots for... Actually, you know what? I might go through these at the end of October. That just makes more sense. So I'm actually going to wrap up the video here. Thank you for watching. I hope you managed to learn something through my own trading and my own analysis. If you have any questions about anything, just drop a comment in the comment section below. I'd just like to say before this video ends that I was using Seasonal Prime and Prime Market Terminal along with my trading plan to help me out with these trades. I'm trying to find out a way where I can actually gather, like for example, I have my before and after, but I would also like to have not only a before shot of the charts, but also a screenshot of what Prime Market Terminal is saying and like what statistics I'm going off of as well. So I can say like, hey, this is what Prime Market Terminal was showing, this was my trade idea on the charts, and this is how it ended out. I think that would be a really nice way to do things, and I might actually try and think about how I'm going to do that today, and hopefully by the end of October I'll be able to put together a really nice full breakdown analysis of every single trade. So far so good. And I'm working on my trade management because I feel like that's what's letting me down right now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the next one.